This is Geometry A, Unit 8, Lesson 3, Partitioning a Segment. To partition means to divide, and we partition in a number of ways, and there are some confusing ways that we express it. Consider this example right here. A and B, A is -4, 2, B is 8, 6, and we want to find point C on segment AB so that the ratio of AC to CB is 3 to 1. I'm going to sketch here A here, and I want the ratio of A to C to be 3, count off 3, and from C to B to be 1. So it needs to be divided in that ratio, that proportion, 3 to 1. Now notice A to B in this case is 4, right? So if A to B were 4, then the distance from A to C would be 3, and from C to B would be 1. That's what we're saying when we say the ratio AC to CB is 3 to 1. Okay? And so there's this formula that they use where A plus B needs to be used for the ratio. Okay? And we're going to get to the formula here, but I want to do this geometrically first. It's really much more understandable if you look at it as a matter of geometry. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a triangle. Draw a triangle. There we go. There we go. I'm going to draw a right triangle between these points, kind of like what we did when we thought first about the distance formula. The distance formula is from the Pythagorean theorem, and it involves right triangles. Well, this involves right triangles. Okay, so what I want to do is I want the distance from A to C to be 3/4 of the total distance. 3/4 of the total distance. Notice this is A, this is B, and this is A plus B. So that is A to B, A plus B. So the ratio of the small part to the whole, ratio small to the whole. The 4 is important because it tells me how many parts I want to divide the segment into. I'm going to divide the distance from A to B into 4 equal parts. Now let's count off how far that is. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So it's 12 across, and I need to divide 12 by 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So every 3 is a fourth. So that's 1/4. That is 2/4. That is 3/4. And that is 4/4. Okay, we want 3/4. So 3/4 of AB is right here. And actually, I can now see where my coordinate is right now, and I can answer the question right away. Point C is going to be at 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5, 5, 5. Okay, 5, 5. So all that formula stuff really can be confusing, but this really hopefully isn't so terribly confusing if you follow the geometry. If we're dividing it into a ratio of 3 to 1, 3 for the left part, 1 for the extra part. That's 4 parts total. We're going to divide the whole into 4 equal parts and count off 3 of them. Let's do the same thing here. The total distance here is 4, right? We're going to divide 4 into 4 equal parts. 4 divided by 4 is 1. So 1, 2, 3. This is 1/4, 2/4, 3/4 right here. 3/4 of 4 is 3. Okay, and there we have it. All right, and so I don't want you to get terribly confused about the formulas. The formulas are fine in as far as they go, but really it's better to do it through the geometry. Okay, that said, let's go ahead and write down the formula and see if we can explain the formula as it was given. Okay. Okay, here's the formula. Big old ugly thing. Ugly, ugly, ugly thing. But it really is what we just did. XY becomes or equals, xy equals x1, so that's this is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2, becomes x1 plus a over a plus b. That's the AC part over the CB part or BC part, times the distance, the difference between the length, the horizontal length, that's the 12, x2 minus x1, comma, x2, or x2, y1 plus a over a plus b, that's 3/4 again, times the difference in the y's, y2 minus y1. Okay, so let's plug these in and see just how it works here. So xy equals x1, -4, plus a, 3, over a plus b, 4, or 3 plus 1, let's write it out, times the difference in the x's, x2, 8, minus x1, -4, 8 minus -4, comma, y1, 2, plus a, 3, over 3 plus 1, times y2, that's going to be, this is y2 up here, 6 minus 2. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and do the math. And then you tell me which one you prefer, the formula or just doing it using the geometry on the coordinate system. So -4, 3 over 3 plus 1 is 3/4, 8 plus 4 is 12. 2 plus 3 over 3 plus 1 is 3/4. 6 minus 2 is 4. That's xy. Okay. Xy becomes 3/4 of 12. 12 divided by 4 is 3 times 3 is 9. -4 plus 9. You can divide and then multiply. 12 divide 4 like this. 12 divide 4 times 3. Okay, same here. 4 divided by 4 is 1 times 3 is 3. 2 plus 3. Okay, and then xy becomes 5, 5. Look at that. It works. It works. I can't believe it. It worked. All right. And so it comes out the same way. All right. Let's see how much time we've got. Let's try another. Let's try another. The formula works, but what I'm basically telling you is it's better to graph it and work out the geometry. It really is. It's better for understanding what's going on, and will make a lot more sense. So let's try another. So let's say let's change colors here. How about orange? Orange. A point right here and a point right here. A, B. Okay. And I'm not going to make up a ratio out of the blue here. I'm going to try to make up a ratio that works out mathematically, because they will too. Because, as you can imagine, there's going to be a lot of fractions involved. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay, we can do this. Find a point. Find C on segment AB such that the ratio AC to CB is 2 to 3. Okay, 2 to 3. So what we do here, if we're thinking about it geometrically, from A to C is 2 units, right? Actually, I want it to be 2 to 1. 2 to 1. 2 to 3 won't work. 2 to 1. The ratio, the distance from A to C is going to be 2 parts. And from C to B is 1 part. So that means the total is 3. 2 parts, to 1 part, total of 3. Okay, so we're going to divide the whole into 3 parts, and we're going to count off 2 of them. That's really what it comes down to. Divide the whole into 3 parts, count off 2. So here we go. Right here, right there. Okay. So let's count off the length here. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So this is 9. And you can go the vertical or the horizontal either way and figure this out a little bit. This one's not going to turn out very nice because I didn't make sure they were both divisible by 3. But it'll still work. So we're going to count off 9 cut into 3 parts. 9 cut into 3 parts is 3. So every 3 is 1. So 1, 2, oops. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So count off 1, 2, come on, count off 3. There we go. 1, 2, and 3 parts. Now we're going from A to B, so we're going to go from bottom to top. 1, 2 parts. So that means the point is right here. Now I can read the y-coordinate quite easily. C is going to be something x and 0 for y. Okay, because it's going to be right on the y-axis. But now we got to figure out the A part, the horizontal component. The horizontal component is 2 4 units. So we need to do 4 divided by 3. Ooh, that's 1 1/3. 1 1/3. So go 1 and 1/3. 1 and 1/3. That makes 2 2/3 here. And then go straight up. So 1 and 1/3. 1 and 1/3. 1 and 1/3 plus 1 and 1/3 equals 2 and 2/3. And that's what we're going to add to -1, right? So -1 plus 2 and 2/3 is 1 and 2/3, which gives us the y-coordinate. So 1 and 2/3. Okay? So C is 1 and 2/3. And that divides the ratio to 2 parts to 1. 2 parts from A to C, 1 part from C to B, for a total of 4 parts. Okay, so hopefully that helps.